going on, everybody? This is your man, Big B, Brian Hanley, along with Big G. Welcome back to Steelers Almighty and the Big Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got a great show here for you today. Mike McCarthy's press conference, introductory press conference, was earlier this afternoon. I think we learned a lot. I think we learned some stuff from Mike McCarthy and what he had to say about what he was going to bring to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was doing a lot of crying, a lot of tearful stuff. I mean, hell, before he even got a sentence out, the man was in tears. So emotional return there. We're going to talk about some of the things that he talked about: defensive tradition, sticking with the 3-4, and then quarterbacks. You know, the quarterback mandate and some of the draft stuff that we're going to be looking at. So we got a good show for you guys today, man. First super chat of the day is already in by Steeler Lee. And so Wazowski tugging on my damn feelings. Now all that crying, says Steeler Lee. I absolutely understand Steeler Lee. He was, I mean, before he even got a sentence out, the man was crying. You know, he's happy to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. That's a good thing. Whether you like the hire or not, that's a good thing that the man is emotional. Big G, how you doing, man?
Man, I don't know, man. I crashed, man. I crashed bad, man. I crashed, and I thought we was gonna try to get some therapy tonight, but man, I don't know if I could come out of it, man. I'm trying, man. I heard the man crying today, and I saw it, and I saw Mike McCarthy, try to impress me a little bit, man. But I don't know, man. We'll see. Maybe I'll be better after tonight. But I'm cold as hell, B. Let me just say that it's frozen where I'm at, boy. Woo!
I'm still under 2.5 inches of ice and then another 2.5 inches of snow here in Dallas. Like, I haven't even gone outside in 3 days. Like, I haven't opened the door, like nothing. I'm not going out there. I'm not doing that. I'm not. My blood is thinned out. I live in Texas. I'm not doing that. So I get it. Another super chat here. But Mumbataya said, I have thought longer and harder on which pair of shoes to buy than Art the second thought about the next head coach.
Facts!
I mean, you're right about that. I mean,
Facts!
They knew who they wanted to hire. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Our main man, David, is in the house. Members are here. Miss Christine is in the house. KTB is in the house. OC boy, look at it. Everybody is in the house tonight, man. It is gonna be a great show. Miss Christine had her a little choked up, crying today. Don't do it. Don't do it. I like this, Steeler Lee. There is no crying in football.
Facts.
No crying in football.
Total facts, man. What are we doing?
Everybody
man?
In here, my main man B. Wayne. Everybody has shown up again. Just as a reminder. Everybody, super chat right there. Missed it. From Fading Velocity said Shula wasn't the answer if you saw the playoffs. I mean, you're not necessarily wrong. I mean, that was one bad game. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I think we got to stop talking about Chris Shula and move on to the next deal. I mean, just move on. Chris Shula didn't get – the only thing that I don't like, G, is how they tried to do Chris Shula. Because you got the backlash for not bringing him in, and then all of a sudden the Steelers leak out that he bombed the initial interview and they didn't feel like bringing him back. I'm like, hold on, man. Why are you doing that? There's no need to do that.
Well, the diabolical part of it is that in the near future, if Shula's a candidate, he'll probably never come to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania and interview again. Because the Rams had one bad game, I mean, really, the Rams kicked ass all season. Let's be clear. It wasn't like they had one bad game from maybe some defensive calls because Seattle torched them. But the rest of the year, the Rams was kicking ass. So we're never going to see Chris Shula again, man. So you can't do stuff like that, B. You know how that goes. The backlash carries forever. The backlash is forever. And he's never coming back to interview. Never. So, you got what you asked for. You got what you asked for.
I don't know who asked for Mike McCarthy. G.
Not me.
Okay, then. So what do you mean?
Yeah, not. But see, but B, there's Yenzies that's changing the narrative, bro. Right? All of a sudden now, Mike McCarthy's the savior, and we're gonna get into it today. Mike McCarthy's the savior. Me or you or any credible Steeler guy that does podcasting was calling for Mike McCarthy. Nobody was. So the issue was, why did we go about it? And it's just like presenting. If I brought you a steak with potatoes and side fixing and all whatever else, and this is like a bossed up sirloin, man. And I brought it to you, and you was like, man, this smells good. It looks good. But then I put a cigarette out in the middle of that plate. You'd be like, man, what the hell are you doing? I think it was the presentation. And they don't owe us anything as fans on how they present their information, but it was the presentation of how we went to getting Mike McCarthy as the head coach. That's where a lot of people, in my opinion, got issues with. That to me. And they don't owe us nothing because we're fans. We don't work for the agency. But I get it, man. I get it. Because I'm one of them. I feel like that a little bit.
I mean, I get it. I just look. Art Rooney II wanted Mike McCarthy all along. And that's the way he did it. He wanted Mike McCarthy. He brought in the Rooney Rule interviews in Flores and Weaver, and then he hired the guy that he wanted. It's just pretty much that simple. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He told us he did want to rebuild. He told us he wanted to compete next year. And the easiest way to do that is by having a coach, an established coach, a proven winner, which he is, that could come in and keep the train rolling. So that's where we're at. That's just where we're at with it.
Can't cry about it. Can't cry about it. We're here.
Yeah, it is what it is. BSG with the super chat. He said, Big G, your video from Saturday was an all-time classic. It was so funny. Go Ohio State. Yeah, G. Can't really get away from Arthur Smith, can you?
I can't, man. Damn.
You can't get away from old Arthur Smith. I can't wait to see that Ohio State offense next year. Gonna look good. Again, the middle of that field is gonna be lava. Just gonna be clean. Nothing in there. Nothing in the middle of the field. I love it.
Hey, B, Jeremiah Smith going for 17 catches, 189 yards, and a touchdown next year, dog.
Next year.
The most dynamic player in the whole freaking country is going for 14 catches, 189 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Get that diabolical dude away from my squads, man. Get him away. I can't take it no more, man. Get him away.
Mason said it's insane you have more snow than me. He's in Virginia. Never thought I'd see the day. Are you talking to me, Mason? Because, it don't really snow here in Texas. But we get ice. We get a lot of ice, and we got it. That's why it's taken so long. I mean, it was 40, I think, today. I still didn't go out there. But you got to get through the 2 inches of snow. Now the 2.5 inches of ice. And when it melts and then it gets down to 15 degrees, which it will tonight, it's going to be a minute. So another super chat here from Dre. He said, Tomlin voice, we do not care. Fix my damn offense. All that crying. It better be top 15. I'm going to give him first-year grace. I want top 10. Whoa. Okay.
That's a lot.
I mean, look, we wanted to, I don't know that top 10 is tough. Top 10 is going to be tough when you don't have a quarterback. That's going to be difficult, but we can get into that as we go. Again, super chats are wide open, people. If you want your comment, question, or rant up on the screen, you know how to do that. If you want to help support the channel, we appreciate it. B. Wayne says, sending some Cali weather to all of y'all. And the only thing I like about the hire now is his family can root for their favorite team in peace.
That's facts.
I mean, that's true. It's true. They don't have to be conflicted. I 100% agree with that. Mason with the super chat said, honestly, I'm not going to harp on Eminem being a head coach. He's safe, not idea, option proven. Plus, if he brings in a competitive staff, I'll let it go. And that's the whole thing. He's proven to be able to put together a good staff, G. He's done that. He's put together good staff. So I don't think people should be, well, who's he going to bring in? And it's okay to question it, but I wouldn't question it as in, well, he hasn't ever put together a good staff before. That's not true. He has.
He has multiple times.
Yep.
I mean, unlike Mike Tomlin, Mike McCarthy does have a coaching tree. Unlike Mike Tomlin, Mike McCarthy does. Go back and look at some of the guys that we had in position in Green Bay. Look at the guys that he had position over in Dallas. Yeah, he had some good coaches. So you can't be critical about that. It's just that we'll get into it about his offense, and we'll talk about all the different things that I particularly don't like about the hire. But you can't never be critical and say this guy don't have no tree, because that's not true. That's just not facts.
No. Mason said Jeremiah Smith's going to be your new Jonnu, Big G.
Diabolical. Diabolical. Man, I can't go there with Arthur Smith today, dog. I can't do it. I can't, because I felt my pressure just come up, man. Just thinking about that dude in my beloved Ohio State Buckeye uniform. Oh, my God. Get him out of here. Get him gone.
So Roland the Tenant said G. Stradamus, or whatever he calls himself, is real, people. He knew the franchise was clinging to Rodgers, public enemy number one to our delusion.
Facts. I told him, B, they wasn't trying to hear me. Rodgers is coming back, and we're going to get into that, too. We're going to talk about it.
Yuck. Torsha Jackson said offense will be better and fix third down. Now, that part I believe. The offense is going to be better. It's going to be better. G don't think the offense is going to be better. He's wrong, people. We'll get into it. He's wrong, and I'm right. He's wrong, and I'm right. We'll get into it. He said, Fading Velocity said, I'm excited for change. He said he wants wide receivers in the draft. He did say that. Freiermuth to be used. Now, he didn't necessarily say that, but tight ends get used in his offense. There's no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. So things are looking up on paper. Let's see how it goes. You're exactly right. Looks good on paper. But we will see. So some of the quick hits here. First thing from the press conference, the tears, the legends, the Greenfield. He was visibly emotional, G. I mean, like I said, couldn't even get his first sentence out before he started crying. And I've noticed some Yinzers have changed. Their tune has changed from just seeing blood and having blood run out of their eyes. They're like, oh, man, this guy really wants to be a Steeler. He loves the Steelers. It's changed, G. The only thing I would say, guys, don't let it soften you up. Don't let it do it. It's okay to be sentimental today, but tomorrow we go back to be hard-hitting Steeler fans like, who's offensive coordinator? Better yet, who's the defensive coordinator? Be soft today. Tomorrow, we got to get tough again. We got to get tough again tomorrow, G.
Listen up, you Yinzies. Don't let them tears soften your heart. We talking about the brand. I don't give a damn if he's from Green Lawn or not. It don't matter. He's a Yinzy. Yeah, his family grew up closet Steeler fans. They never wanted to say it. I seen him with that big trash Dallas Cowboy stuff and Packer stuff all his life. But now all of a sudden they was closet Steelers. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about that. Listen, bro.
The man grew up in Pittsburgh. I don't think they're closet, but he also was the head coach for the Packers and the Cowboys. What is his family, his kids got to still wear Steelers stuff to those games? Come on, G, you're not being fair. What do you mean closet Steeler fans?
Listen, bro, once a Yinzy, always a Yinzy. I ain't trading for nobody.
Okay.
I ain't trading for nobody. For nobody. Represent, man. Represent your squad. But I understand it. He said, he did say that his family's now at home. They can be comfortable with doing all this, that, and this. So I get it. But it just can't be sentimental, man. Listen, I understand that he feels good about being. Now, B, I will say this. As he was crying, one of the first sentences out of his mouth was the respect that he had for Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin.
He did.
I appreciated that statement out of that man, because most coaches wouldn't do what he did. And so right there, if there was any point where he had me be like, yeah, when he said that he appreciated Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin, yeah. But let's be perfectly clear, Yinzies. He also said that if he wins a championship and he puts the 7th trophy, so are you guys going to be saying that Mike Wazowski McCarthy won a Super Bowl with Mike Tomlin's players the same way you said Mike Tomlin won a Super Bowl with Bill Cowher's players? Let's be fair around here. Let's be clear. Let's be fair, because that needs to be the same energy that we had from the beginning. Keep it going right now. Keep it going right now. And I need results. I don't give a damn where he's from. I need results, B. Results.
Gotcha. Capricorn Steel with the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. He said, giving Eminem a clean slate. He's a Steeler. Coordinators will be huge. That's where I'm at with it too, my man, Capricorn Steel. I'm just like, we're past it. We got to be past it. It's time to get past it. And it's time to move in that direction. So if we're going to move in that direction, then let's do it. But we got to see some results.
Yeah.
We got to see some results. We can't just be super emotional. Joe Montana gave him his blessing. He gave him a ring endorsement, said it's a great fit. He understands a little bit, said he understood the city's pulse. So that's a good thing. The only thing I don't like about the whole Joe Montana thing is people act like he built or he made Joe Montana in Kansas City. I'm like, hold on a second, bro. Joe Montana was, first of all, he was on the downswing at Kansas City. He only played there a year and a half, and he was already Joe Montana before he became his coach. So let's not get crazy with it. Mason with the super chat said, at least we got a guy who's always wanted to be a Steeler, so I don't think the identity will be lost, and it'll be a good upgrade on offense. That being said, they better get a 4-3 defense in here. Well, we'll get to that because that ain't happening. But we'll get to that here in a minute. Because that he specifically talked about that today. Big James with the super chat. He said, I don't give a blank about no crying. Missed me with all that. Remember, he went into the Dallas press conference lying. He sure did.
Facts.
He sure did. The Dallas press conference, that first press conference, they called him out, and he flat out admitted that he lied in his interview.
Facts.
So,
facts.
Him crying could have been crocodile tears, people. So there's that. Because once you lie about something, it's hard for me to just go ahead and give you the benefit of the doubt. And for anybody that don't know, in the Dallas interview, when he was with Jerry Jones, he has said that he watched every snap from the previous season before he got the job. In the press conference, somebody asked him about that, and he said, no, I really didn't watch every snap. I just wanted the job. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said. I just wanted the job. I didn't really watch every snap. I'm like, well, that didn't get off the best way that it could possibly get off, just lying. So it could be crocodile tears. Just don't be fooled. Again, be sentimental today. Tomorrow, let's get to it. Queen of Spades says, I'm more worried that Rodgers' body won't be up to the task. I'll be a sad girl if WH, he doesn't get a chance. Cut Rudolph, get him out of here. I mean, I don't think they're going to cut Rudolph, but they might. It depends on all of that. They might, but I don't think they will. So we'll see.
B, I just want to point out one quick thing about the damn press conference today. Did you see the diabolical real enemy sitting on the right of Mike McCarthy, Art Rooney II? The villain was looking Jerry Jones's, man. He was looking like Jerry Jones over there, being diabolical, man. The real villain is the damn Art Rooney, man. The villain. Let's be clear who the villain is, man. I ain't with Rooney, man. I'm not with him, B. I'm not with him. Regardless of McCarthy or not. Art Rooney, you was diabolical today, man. You a villain. You a villain, man. Be embrace your role. Be like Jerry. Be a real villain. Because that's what he is, B. He's a villain.
I don't think he's like Jerry Jones, because Art Rooney's not calling plays and making roster decisions. At least we don't think he is. He very well might be. But I get what you're saying. Bingzold said the current roster is many pieces short of being able to run the old school West Coast system effectively. We need to pick up real game changers on offense. This offense will be interesting. Now, here's the thing about Mike McCarthy is that they were running a kind of a hybrid West Coast offense his first few years in Dallas. And the offense was really good. And then Kellen Moore left, and Mike McCarthy said, okay, we're going to go back and run our offense And for the first 5 games, it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
And then they told him, hey, man, we got to go back to what we were running previously.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. And the offense was good again.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we're going to get the old school West Coast principles because some of that stuff is outdated. He updated his offense the way it needed to be. So hopefully we can get some of that that new or that improved. Because again, the offense that he runs, if anybody wants to know, just go watch the Cowboys. It's the exact same offense.
Yes.
They are running his offensive coordinator is the head coach. They didn't change anything.
Mm-hmm.
Terminology, nothing. It is the exact same offense.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cowboys offense, although I know they played from behind a lot, it was pretty good.
Facts.
It was pretty good. The difference is we just don't have those players.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's different.
We chopped it up about the choice routes and all whatever else. I just need a lot of pre-snap movement, man.
They do that.
But if McCarthy's an offensive mind, I'm not saying he's got to be Sean McVay. I'm not saying he's got to be my boy down there at the 49ers. He ain't got to be that. But you got to give me pre-snap movement. If you give me that and you run play action off of it and the middle of the field's not lava, I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah. I'm okay with it. But no pre-snap movement and you running choice routes and we don't have the wide receiver room that you need to run West Coast, can't do it, dog.
Absolutely.
Can't do it.
Our main man Mason gifted 5 Steeler Almighty memberships, man. Thank you very much, Mason. We appreciate you, brother, for supporting the channel. Thank you very, very much. So, but yeah, he's got to get some stuff done. That's just the bottom line. He has got to go get some stuff done. Joey Porter Jr., Alex Highsmith, they were in the front row of the press conference, G. You know, several Steelers that are along with several Steelers. They were also there. Look, you also heard him talk about, and it kind of goes along with Art Rooney said. He said we didn't need to look far to find the right man. He represents everything that this organization stands for. Mike McCarthy also said that Mike Tomlin didn't leave the cupboard bare. There's a lot of pieces. Now, I've said that, but that still doesn't mean that there doesn't need to be some changes in certain positions because there does. It's one thing to say that the cupboard's not bare because it isn't. But it's another thing to say, well, we're just going to run it back with what we got. Well, hold the hell on. We still got to make some changes where they need to be changed, G.
Yeah, it's facts. I mean, if he's going to stay, and we'll talk about the defense, there's some definite changes that's got to go on. And B, did you hear in the press conference where he got to talking about, man, the one time that I had a top 5 defense, we won the Super Bowl. In 18 years, I had what in his mind makes him believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers is a top 10 defense right now? We're not a top 10.
That. I just think he was saying that. I don't think he believes that because we watched it. So I don't know that he believes it. I just think that he's saying that was the truth, which is true. Iron Fist says, love the show, fellas. We appreciate you, brother. Said thoughts on McCarthy wanting to still run a 3-4 defense. We'll get to it, I promise you, because he said that today. And so we are definitely going to talk about it. Claude Bishop says, G, are you tired of crashing out and whining yet? Says our main man, Claude Bishop.
My arch
the answer is no.
My arch nemesis, Claude Bishop, his whining ass, hell no. He tried to tell me that I was a Mike Tomlin apologist. Out of all the people in the world, G is a top apologist for Tomlin? Stop that, Claude. Stop that. And he said he's on the bandwagon for McCarthy, B. He's on the Thank you. Thank you, executive producer. He gets the Matrix on all channels. On all channels, he gets the Matrix. Bye-bye, Claude. Get to hitting the bricks in the Matrix. And you're going to stay in there because you are the most diabolical nemesis of them all. You, Claude, you.
I hear you. KTB says, I think he believes that we can be a top 5 defense with a more competent offense. And that might be very well the case. Is a more competent offense and a better scheme, even in the 3-4. a better scheme, and he thinks that we can get there. I mean, there's no reason to think that they can't. I mean, they're paying them $1 trillion. It's the highest paid defense by $25 million. So,
Yes.
but I just have a feeling that that's going to come down a little bit this year. There's going to be some pieces that get moved around. I don't think it's going to be the highest paid defense next year. I just don't believe that.
Hey, B, why you think Joey Porter Jr. and Alex Highsmith had their ass in the first row? And
Yeah.
we're talking about, we appreciate you, Coach. Because they got bread on the line now. Now, some of them wily old veterans, they ain't give a damn. But some of them
Yeah.
ones to need their bread, they showed up quick, fast, and hurry. We appreciate you, Coach. We thank you, Coach, because the bread is on the line. They need their money, man. So yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Michael with the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. He said McCarthy knows offense. He will use every blade of grass on the field, and he understands the wide receiver room was a problem in middle of the field is butter. He definitely used the middle of the field. Like I said, Pat Freiermuth's got to be jumping for joy. Pat Freiermuth's got to be jumping for joy because Mike McCarthy is going to use tight ends. He absolutely does. So while we were all saying, hey, man, trade Pat Freiermuth, get him out of here. They're not going to use him. Let somebody else use him. Pat Freiermuth is like, hold on. No. I don't need to be traded now. I want to stay right here. I want to stay right here because he's going to get used now. That is a fact, G. Mike McCarthy uses tight ends.
Yeah, he's had multiple Pro Bowl tight ends, even though the
Yeah.
Pro Bowl don't mean nothing no more. But back then, when Mike McCarthy was coaching in the past, he had multiple Pro Bowl tight ends. So he's going to use tight ends. That is a fact. That is a total. And we got to utilize the middle of the field, crossing routes, short curls, comeback routes, seam routes. We got to use the middle of the field. We have to. Regardless of who's playing quarterback, you got to use the middle of the field, man.
Absolutely. Mr. Al Lewis with the super chat. Appreciate you. He said, I can live with McCarthy, but I'm not sure at all about Rodgers coming back. He said he was calling the offensive calls, so I'm concerned about what coordinator will want to come here. The thing about it is it's going to be a offensive coordinator that has worked with Mike McCarthy before. That's who I think it is. And maybe not in that role, but it's going to be somebody that he's worked with before because you're not going to get a Cliff Kingsbury. You're just not going to get a guy that's been a proven play caller to come in here and just say, hey, I'm going to sit behind you and just watch you do this thing. They're not going to do that. You can go get a quarterback's coach or a wide receivers coach or an offensive or a passing game coordinator, run game coordinator that's at someplace else and get that guy to come in. But you're not going to get a proven offensive coordinator that's used to calling his own plays to just come in and just say, well, I'll just sit back here and do nothing. I don't think you're going to be able to do that. Now, don't get me wrong. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. But that would just be if it were just logic tells you that that's not necessarily going to happen. But you never know. You never know. So,
well, B, we got news today that they're going to interview Lunda Wells, the guy from the Dallas Cowboys. We got news today they're going to interview him. 42-year-old. Yeah, tight ends coach, but he might become the OC. And I could listen, I like that hire. At first, I was hating on him, B, because I hate everybody off the back. I can't stand him. I don't care. Unless it's the guy I want, I hate him. Well, I took a step back. I did some research. I looked up some stuff about him. That kid can coach, man. That kid can coach. So I think he would be a definitely improvement for the offense. And McCarthy could help this guy elevate from a tight ends coach to a play caller and really do a good job. So I'm excited about the offense. I think I'm pissed about who's possibly going to be playing quarterback. But I am excited about the offense. The defense, oh, God. Oh, God, I don't know, B. I don't know.
Well, they talk about Al Harris coming over, and Al Harris worked with McCarthy before. His last year in Dallas, he was the assistant head coach. So he's a DB coach right now under Dennis Allen in Chicago. And, Dennis Allen runs a very complex defense that's good. I mean, they led the league. I mean, the takeaways. Al Harris is a big part of the Bears leading the National Football League in takeaways. The one offensive coordinator that they talked about, I've seen his name everywhere. G, if they hire Alex Van Pelt, and they are literally not trying. They are not trying. And he has been part of some of the worst offenses over the last 3 to 5 years. Just not very good. But he's a Pitt alum, and I'm like, I don't care where he's from. Scott Tolzien also, he's a former backup for Aaron Rodgers. He's been a QB coach in Dallas and New Orleans. So we'll see. We'll see. That's another one that could come in and be the offensive coordinator. The Cliff Kingsbury. Now, Cliff Kingsbury not going to come here and do that. Here's somebody on my wish list, Raheem Morris.
Ooh.
I would take Raheem Morris as the D coordinator because he's been very successful. First of all, I don't know why he got fired in Atlanta. It doesn't make sense.
Facts.
But he's been very successful as a defensive coordinator. So smart, runs a different scheme, very intelligent. So I would love Raheem Morris to be the defensive coordinator. Don't know if we can get him. He's never worked with McCarthy because McCarthy has kind of said that he wants guys that have been in the league that he's familiar with. Well, he's not familiar with Raheem Morris, at least coaching on the same staff. Maybe he's been a fan from afar. I don't know, G, but I would love Raheem Morris.
Well, B, it comes down to the bread. I mean, a guy like Raheem Morris. Well, let me say this. I think the reason why I'm calling Art Rooney the villain in this process is because is Art Rooney going to open up his checkbook to ensure that McCarthy has the resources that he needs in order to build the staff? The one thing about Coach Tomlin, he was working with chicken wire over there, bro. He couldn't really hire. Like, we had the smallest staff in the league. Look at some of the names that he had to bring in and hire. So is our owner going to empower McCarthy and get him in position to make quality hires? Because Raheem Morris, I would freaking love it if we got Raheem Morris. But the issue is, can you pay him? Because you got to be able to pay a guy, because this guy's a quality assistant. And that's across the board. The owner's got to be willing to pay for quality assistants. Not just assistants, but you need guys who can analyze players, guys who can help us out in the draft, player personnel people. Art Rooney's got to open up his checkbook. So if he tries to run it back with McCarthy and having a just trash staff, then we're in trouble because he's going to need a competent DC. If he doesn't have a competent DC, bro, we're in trouble, bro. We're in trouble, man.
Well, the one thing about it, and that's part of it, you got to pay him, but you also got to remember Mike Tomlin, who he wanted to hire and who he wanted to run his stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't tell me that Arthur Smith wasn't making a good amount of money. Now, granted, he was still getting paid from the Falcons, so we probably didn't have to come off that much money. Mm-hmm. Raheem Morris would be the exact same thing. Getting paid by the Falcons, probably don't have to come off a bunch of money to bring him in because he's getting paid by them already a lot. So, that's what I would be looking at is try to get somebody there that, okay, we bring him in. His price tag is probably $5 million, but if 4 of that's getting paid by the Falcons, well, okay, we'll bring him in for $1 million to be the defensive coordinator. That would make a whole lot of sense in my mind, a whole lot of sense. But we'll see what happens. I mean, there's still a long way to go, G.
I'm looking at
moving on to the main topic. Some people had asked about it. He specifically talked about it today, sticking with the 3-4 defense. Basically, the tradition over transition. Steelers are going to stay with it. The very first thing that I said, we talked about it at the press conference, unless you get a nose tackle, a real nose tackle, this ain't going to work.
Facts.
Keanu Benton can't be your nose tackle if you're going to stick with the 3-4. At some point, you got to make a change, G.
Well, I based on now that McCarthy is the coach and what he said from the beginning, he's not going to run that Tomlin Tampa 2 defense. Drop coverage 3-4, cover 3. If he's going to run a true 3-4, he's going to bring a guy in that can actually run a true 3-4. And now nose tackle moves way up on the priority list for what has to be brought into Pittsburgh. either via through the draft and or free agency, because you cannot run a true 3-4 without having a guy that takes up 2 in the middle. You have to basically have a tree stump that plays nose tackle that you can't move. So you need a 330, 340-pound guy that you can't move. And if that's the case, we don't have that on the current roster. So I know we need wide receivers. I know we need linebackers. There's a lot of things. But if we're going to run a true 3-4 defense, bro, we got to get a nose tackle, bro. We have to have a nose, because we ain't got one. We don't have one.
You know, people talk about Y.A. Black. The problem with Y.A. Black, and it's one of the reasons why he slid down the draft, is that his pad level's too high. He's a taller guy. You can't play nose tackle standing up. You got to be able to anchor down low, use leverage, and just not get moved. Mm-hmm. So he's not the nose tackle that you want, unfortunately. It's not that I don't like him. He's just not the ideal nose tackle. And we all know that Keanu Benton is not that guy. He's too little. He's just too little. There's guys that we can get. We'll get there, with the draft lab and talk about. But yeah, the Steelers have to have a nose tackle. And what they do on the back end as far as coverage is, as long as you mix it up, you can run whatever you want. You just got to mix it up and disguise it. As long as it's not the cover 3 drop, zone drop, I just like spot drop zone. I'm like, oh my God, enough of that. Enough of that. Queen of Spades with the super chat said, how about Black moving a nose tackle? Now you got to work on his pad level. If he can work on his pad level, then he's fine. He's plenty big enough. That's not the issue. It's just he plays high. You can't play high and nose tackle. That doesn't work. You got to be able to. I'm not saying that you got to be 5'10", 330 like Casey Hampton was.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
I'm not saying you got to be that. I'm just saying you can't play high, even if you're tall like Y.A. Black is. You got to be able to use leverage. And as of right now, he just doesn't use leverage the best. 6'5" nose tackle from Mason says Mason isn't going to work. Correct. He would be great, in a 3-4 defensive end. Fine. Fine. But yeah, he can't play nose tackle. That just not enough leverage. Not enough leverage, G.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's a guy. We'll get into it. We'll talk about it on the draft lab. But now there's a guy in Columbus, Ohio, by the last name of McDonald, that was diabolical in a 3-4 defense for Ohio State. 6'3", 336. Pick 21, run the card to the table. If we're going to run a 3-4, run the card to the table. Why are we even talking about it here? Run the card to the table for McDonald. Run it to the table. He's the perfect fit if we're going to run a 3-4. But we'll get to that in the draft lab and other stuff, bro. We'll get to it.
Yeah, no question. Capricorn Steel says the league has changed since 2001. Yes, but they are out there. Yes, they are. Some people say you don't need a true nose. If you're going to run a 3-4 defense, yes, you do. Yes, you absolutely do. Now, I get what you're saying is that a lot of teams, they match up personnel-wise, 11 personnel. You go to nickel. I understand that. But if you're going to run the 3-4 on rundowns and match up with 12 personnel or 21 personnel, then you absolutely got to have a nose tackle. It doesn't work without one. It doesn't work without one if that's going to be your base defense. Now, if you're going 4-3, then yeah, you can change it. You still need a big guy, but it's different. You're not two-gapping at that point. But when you're two-gapping, at a true nose out of 3-4, then you have to have a nose guard. There is no ifs, ands, or buts to it. So
5'5", 450.
Mason, come on. I love it. 5'5", 450.
Listen, man.
I'll take it. Don't get me wrong.
Wait, 5'5", 450. What the hell? Dog, that's like a deep freezer. That's a deep freezer at nose, bro. You can't move him. No, man, no. Oh, God.
John Rye said, good thing we are getting a new line coach. It appears that we're getting a new line coach away from Pat Meyer. We'll see. They said go out and look for other coaches, or coaches look for other jobs, but we'll see. We'll see. But until it happens, I wouldn't count anything out, G. Until it actually happens, I just wouldn't count anything out.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. We gotta be able to find that. And the thing is that how many coordinators out there are running the 3-4?
Not a lot.
That's what I was gonna say, is finding a guy that's gonna be comfortable with doing it. I mean, there's a few. There's still a few, but there's not that many. There's not that many, G. So we'll see if he wants to do that. It's gonna be tough to find a coach that runs it, G.
I saw today where they're going to interview the Simmons guy from the Commanders. Now they play a 4-3, but schematically they line up in a 3-4 a few times, and I do like the way that their head coach embraces the versatility of the defensive call. So I think that a guy like a Simmons, that if guys like really don't know who he is, he worked up underneath a hell of a coach that understands the complexity of that defense. So if they're going to interview a guy like that and they give him a job, I'm fine. But the thing about the 3-4, you have to be principle based and sound. If you're not principle sound, and what that comes down to is having personnel that can run it. That's why I said priority number one might go to nose tackle. You got to have a 6'2", 6'3", 335 tree stump in the middle. Otherwise, you can't run the 3-4. So you got to be fundamentally sound, but schematically, you have to have the players that can run it. So yeah. And that's why I like Simmons, because he gets it. He gets it, bro.
Queen of Spades says, what do you do with TJ next year? He's getting old. There were so many people last year or earlier this year when I said TJ Watt was washed. People killed me, crushed me, called me everything under the sun. I didn't know ball, just called me all kinds of names. After the season, those same people are, we need to trade TJ Watt. We need to trade TJ Watt. It's time to move on. Look, the Steelers could trade TJ. They're not going to, but they could trade him and save some money, get some picks. That's what I would do. That's what I would do at this point. And I know some people would say, well, if he gets into a different system, and look, part of the reason TJ didn't move around is because he wouldn't. He didn't want to. So, but hey, you get a new coach. Maybe he's going to make you. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, if it were up to me, I'm rebuilding, so I would trade him for picks, but I know the Steelers aren't going to do that, so I just live in that reality. I live in that reality.
Fast facts,
Fading Velocity says someone reported Steelers have the best head coach in the division. Yeah, because the Browns don't have one. Jesse Minter, we'll see, and then the Bengals. So as far as the division, don't the Steelers have the best head coach? I think so. I don't think it's up for debate. Jesse Minter's never coached a down in his life. Zach Taylor, it's the Bengals, and the Browns don't have one. So he's the best head coach.
Let's be clear; it's not even close. It's like where you would have Harbaugh and Tomlin fighting for that coaching thing. Dog, them dudes done cleared out. It's McCarthy and the rest of the gang, and it's not even close. Now, where it can look bad is if somebody like Taylor or somebody like the mentor or whoever the Browns decide to hire start whooping McCarthy's ass. Then, Yenzies, we got to have a conversation. Because if he's the best coach in the league and he improves the personnel and schematically we're a better offense and we're still losing, because, B, that was the thing about Tomlin. Last year we lost to the damn trash-ass Bengals and the Browns, but we swept the Baltimore Ravens. McCarthy can't come in here doing stuff like that, bro. We know that they suck, and we should be able to beat them. But we'll see. We'll see, man.
Well, the one thing I would say about that, G, is that Mike McCarthy doesn't have Tomlin games. He doesn't lose to teams that you're better than. He doesn't have a track record. Let me just say that. He doesn't have this big, long track record of losing those games. So now he doesn't usually beat teams that are better than you, which can be problematic because we know that Mike Tomlin was good for that. We'd lose to a team that we're better than, and the very next week beat somebody that we had no business beating. So, but McCarthy's the opposite.
Right.
So it's how good you can get your team. Mason says, I was with you with that contract with signed B, talking about TJ Watt. I'm with that. I'm with that. So
Facts.
Benji Simmons said, TJ has good games, bro. Go watch the film. The INTs he created. The INTs he created? The tip TJ had. Why would you guys turn on TJ? He just said, I want to be a Steeler like a brother stays in Houston. Well, I'm not sure that maybe you weren't watching the same things that we were watching, that most Steeler fans were watching this year, Benji. I apologize for that. But I watched a guy that could no longer turn the corner. I watched the guy that, he had his moments, but TJ Watt's film this year wasn't even, before he got hurt last year, he was playing at twice the level that he played at this year. And I'm not talking about after he got hurt with the lung injury. I'm talking before any of that happened. TJ Watt was not playing at the same level. I mean, so nobody's turning on him. We're watching the games. He wasn't nearly as good. I don't know. That's not hard to see. You see that. Everybody sees that.
But B, what makes a 3-4 defense good is the versatility of the edges. You don't know what the hell they're going to do. You don't know if they're going to drop in coverage. You don't know if they're going to sink. You don't know if they're going to run a twist. You don't know what the hell they're going to do. With TJ Watt, he lined up in the same place and ran the same thing every time and got chipped and all the other stuff that goes along with TJ Watt, and he's no longer effective. He's not faster than a lot of these tackles that's able to set on him and keep him away from their quarterback. So, yeah, that's the film I saw. It's like he's almost lost a step. So he doesn't – if we're going to run a 3-4, we got to have dudes on the edge that can get after the quarterback. If Watt's going to sit in the same spot and just do the same thing over and over again, he doesn't fit moving forward. But they'll keep him around because he's a Yenzi for life. He wants to be a Steeler for life, so he's going to be there. We know how it's going to be. Yeah. We know what's going to happen.
Mason with the super chat, he said, also, and I may get flack for this, but Jono would also look better in this offense under McCarthy. I get the frustrations with him. Look, my thing is, what Arthur Smith, how he was using Jonnu Smith, that's not Jonnu's fault. I know there's people out there that hate him. They call him fish juice and fish water.
Fish juice.
But Jonnu Smith wasn't him. It was how he was being used. I mean, when your offensive coordinator is more concerned with getting the tight end touches as a damn tailback than he is throwing him the ball in the middle of the field, can't really blame the tight end for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what we saw this year out of Jonnu Smith. Arthur Smith was so concerned with showing how smart he was, giving Jonnu Smith toss sweeps out of the backfield and jet sweeps than he was throwing the ball to him in the middle of the damn field. I don't get it.
B, you know what's diabolical? Jonnu Smith had more carries than Caleb Johnson.
That's
diabolical.
That's crazy.
How has Jonnu Smith got more carries than Caleb Johnson? What the hell is going on? Oh, God, B, you made me have a heart attack about what I'm about to see in Ohio State.
Wild.
I'm about to see that in Ohio State. Oh, my God. I can't take it. I can't. No.
Queen of Spades says we got to eventually replace replacements for 97 and 90. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Although 97, when's he ever going to fall off? That would be my quote. When's we've seen 90 fall off. When's 97 gonna fall off? When's that gonna happen?
I gotta apologize to Cam. I'm sorry. I was saying you washed a couple weeks ago. I had to change of heart. I changed of beat. B convinced me. He said, "Gee, what are you talking about?" And he's absolutely right. Cam, you can stay as long as you want. as long as you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, you can stay. You can stay, Cam. You're here to stay. You're here to stay.
Correct. Yeah, Cam can stay as long as Cam wants to. As long as Cam keeps doing what he's doing, stay as long as you play till you're 70. If you can do what you did this year at 70 years old, I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't care. He can stay as long as he wants, man.
Forever.
As long as he wants. So It is what it is. We're going to keep going here. Queen of Spades says Muth and Washington incite me way more than Jonnu. I don't know. I get why you would say that because of how Jonnu was used this year. I totally understand why you would say that because Jonnu just wasn't used properly. But if you go and look at what he did with the Dolphins now, different situation, different personnel that they had with the Dolphins than what the Steelers have. But if you just look at that, Jonnu was used totally different. So at some point they got to try to get back to that. G.
Yeah. We ain't got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. I mean, let's be clear. We don't have Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. That's why it looked different. We got to get some guys like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. We got to get some guys like them.
Mason said Jono could tote the rock, though. Stop it.
Stop it. Hell no.
Also, we got 33 for Watt. Sawyer is a beast. Sawyer still got to work on his pass rush moves and his counter moves, but Sawyer got better as the season went on. There ain't no doubt about that. Jack Sawyer got better as the season went on. He's never going to be the best athlete out there, but he's got a good motor, plays the run very, very well. Here we go. Yeah. With Arthur Smith as the offensive coordinator, when are you getting another one of those?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's update your resume. Update your resume. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Well, Benji is mad about TJ. He's upset about him. TJ had 7 sacks. Let me just ask you this, Benji. $41 million for 7 sacks. Is that what we're doing? Because I'm guessing that's not what we want to do. That 7 sacks for $41 million. Yeah, no, that's not good enough. Not for that kind of money. Not even remotely close. And again, this is not going to turn into a TJ bashing session, but we're going to tell the truth. He was third as far as chips, double teams, and triple teams. He was third in the league behind Mike Parsons and Myles Garrett on pass plays. On pass plays, he was third in the league. One of those guys set the sack record that got more. So that's all I'm saying. Another guy had 12 sacks. So that's all I'm saying. At some point, we got to stop the madness. I get it. We love him, but truth is still truth.
Facts.
Look at Miss Christine G. Janu was good at Christmas dinner with Uncle Arthur Smith and the rest of the family, though. Miss Christine, you got to stop it. You got to stop it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
I mean, with the fish grease or fish juice or whatever the hell you're trying to say right now, they serve fish at Christmas dinner. Let's diabolical, man. Yeah. For me, B, I'm just going to be honest. I don't know if he comes back. Not on my roster. On my 53, I can get something better for me.
Not only that, Garrett had 23 sacks too. Yes, he did.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying. He set the sack record.
Yeah, facts.
And got double teamed, triple teamed, and chipped more than anybody. And he set the sack record. So moving on, man. The quarterback mandate, building the room. McCarthy basically stressed quarterback development as the cornerstone. That's got to be priority one. He mentioned Will Howard a couple of times, talking about how high he was on Will Howard and getting to work with Will Howard. I think that's great. Y'all know how I feel about Will Howard. I don't think he's the future, but I welcome him to win the job and to prove me wrong. I hope he does, because that means the Steelers are playing well. And he's playing well. Better yet, that's what that means, that he's playing well. So if he can win the job, great. I just think there has to be competition, G. And to be honest with you, I think Mike McCarthy, look, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back, okay, fine. And I think it's about 50-50 on whether Steeler fans really want him back. But if he doesn't come back, the Steelers got to create competition for this job. Yeah. I think it's a must, to be honest with you.
Right. I mean, if Rodgers doesn't sign, it's a no-brainer. You have to create competition. But if Rodgers signs, he's the quarterback, right?
Correct.
But B, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be shocked at all if they drafted one and they brought in one. I'm telling you, from a free agent standpoint, I wouldn't be shocked. If they drafted one, they brought in one, you got Howard, you got Mason, and you're going to try to figure this out. I think plan A is Rodgers returning to the roster. I think that's perfectly clear, because Art Rooney wants Rodgers back, right? Mike McCarthy might not, but Rooney wants his ass back in that room. So if Rodgers comes back, then that's plan A. Plan B, you draft one, you bring in a free agent, you got Howard, you got Rudolph. We try to figure it out, bro. To me, that's how you got to work it.
Yeah, I don't need Rodgers back. I don't need that. Give me something again. another thing that he talked about today, G, was how quarterbacks need to be mobile.
Yeah.
And the things that he wants to run, the quarterbacks need to be mobile.
Yeah.
And, there's going to be a little bit of read option, not a ton, but enough to keep defenses honest because you got to be able to do that.
Mhm.
Both teams that are in the Super Bowl, their quarterbacks from time to time, they will give you one or two read options every single game.
Facts.
And again, they're in the Super Bowl. So you can't say that, well, the read option doesn't work. And somebody had said that it was a high school offense. I'm like, well, if the two teams are in the Super Bowl, can figure out a way. Hell, the Patriots sealed the game the other day on doing just that to get to the damn Super Bowl. So I just, it's got its place. Obviously, you're not going to run it 17 times a game. You don't need to do that. But it's got its place. The quarterback just has to be mobile, man. You can't be a statue. And that's why I'm like, I just don't think Rodgers is that anymore. So this is a good question. What do we do with DK? We'll get to that
Oh
in
God.
page. But because G is absolutely out of his mind when it comes to DK Metcalf. I'll just give that little tidbit, people. But having said that, you got to have a mobile quarterback, G. It's too hard in the National Football League these days. And I don't mean when you say mobile, people think Lamar Jackson.
No.
Like, it doesn't have to be Lamar Jackson. It doesn't have to be Josh Allen. They just have to be able to move. That's all. You don't have to have 1,000 yards rushing to be qualified as mobile. But you got to be able to move a little bit, G. You got to be able to.
Especially in the playoffs. Because in the playoffs, the competition goes up. The scheme goes up. The players go up, right? And you have to be able to do something that you don't normally do all the time. Correct. Let's be clear. Drake May won the game on his legs.
He did.
Drake May, he won the game on his legs. They sent all kind of guys. They were dropping guys in coverage. He was like, listen, I don't see what I need to see. I got to tuck it and go. I think he had like 60-something freaking yards rushing, man. And B, when you're talking about the Final Four squads, because let's be clear, Matt Stafford ain't no statue either, bro.
No,
He'll take off on your ass, bro. So you got to have a guy that can move around, move the pocket, a guy that can do all kind of things and rush for a bunch of yards. So we absolutely need that in the quarterback room. If not next year, in the near future, you got to have that. And maybe that's why people are so high on Will Howard. Maybe that's why they think that Howard can do that, because they saw it at Ohio State. But I don't know, B. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, he definitely has the mobility, so you got to give him that. You got to give him the mobility piece. But my thing is everything else. Do you have the arm to be able to play quick? I mean, that's the main thing. Can you make every throw, and can you be accurate? So that's my thing. Miss Queen of Space says, sell me on Mason. He wasn't good last year. I'm not going to sell you on Mason Rudolph. I ain't going to sell you.
No.
I can't sell you on Mason Rudolph. I'm not even going to attempt to do it. Don't want to do it. And anybody that's doing it, they may be related to him. So no, you're not going to get me to sell you on Mason Rudolph. Michael Nicholson, McCarthy talked about the mobility aspect at the QB West Coast system he runs. Malik Willis fits that, and he has become a much better passer. Malik Willis has been small sample size, but it's more of a sample size than Will Howard has put out there. So, yes. And he looked better. Look, Malik Willis was hot garbage in Tennessee.
Yes.
But I think a lot of that had to do with what was going on in Tennessee. And then all of a sudden, he goes to Matt LaFleur, somebody who knows what they're doing with quarterbacks. He looked good. So there's a difference. I wouldn't be opposed to that. There's been a lot of talk about that. We'll get into that here in just a quick second. Mason said, I saw A-Rod grab his hammy on long scrambled. Old ass can't run anymore. No, he can't run anymore. That's not his game. That is definitely not his game at all. So
I don't want him back, B, but he's coming back. I mean, I hate to say that. I don't want him back, but he's coming back. He's coming back. He gonna hold us hostage, bro. He gonna hold us hostage.
I don't think so, because I don't think they'll wait on him. I don't think they're gonna wait on him this time. I think they'll move in a different direction and say, hey, before free agency starts, we need to know what you're going to do, because we need to get a guy in here. So if you're not going to come back, or if you are going to come back, we need to know by this date. And if you're not, I totally understand. Now, if the Steelers wait on him again, then they're just stupid. Like I can tell you, if the Steelers decide that they just want to wait on Aaron Rodgers, then we're just being stupid. Just being stupid.
Well, stupid is and stupid does. So
now you're 100% right.
We gonna see, because he sure held our ass hostage last year.
He did.
He sure did. He held us hostage, bro.
He absolutely did. So Diamond says Mike McCarthy said mobile, like Malik Willis, Trinidad Chambliss, Taylor Green. Taylor Green now, etc. I wanted them to draft Milroe last year. Milroe's an awful passer, man. No. It's just like the people that want to bring in Anthony Richardson.
No.
You know, I'm like, are you guys crazy? Like, have you seen him play quarter? He doesn't even know how to play the quarterback position. Like, no. So some of the people in the draft, Fernando Mendoza, the Steelers aren't going to be able to get him. He's more than likely going to be the first pick, 6'5", 225. He's a prototype, but he's also mobile. I mean, hell, we saw it in the national championship game. They won the game on a play that he ran for a touchdown. And ran through people. Now, you're not going to be able to run through people like that in the National Football League. Guys are too big, too fast. However, that's something, but the Steelers aren't going to get him. Now, here's the guy that me and you argue about, Ty Simpson. You think Ty Simpson is horrible. And what I said was, what on tape have you seen that tells you that Ty Simpson is horrible, G? Let's get into that.
B, I just can't do it with Ty Simpson, man.
But maybe you got to be a better reason than that, though, G.
Maybe I'm just biased, man. So B, and we'll get into it, because there's a quarterback kid that I think they're going to take. And I think the kid's better than Ty Simpson. Now, I know Ty had 29 touchdown passes, 28 touchdown passes. I know he had 4 picks. I know that. I know in the Alabama offense for a one-year starter, he looked good at times. But I just don't think he has the it factor that can be a leader of men at the quarterback position. I saw him break down and sort of whine and cry a little bit when things wasn't going his way. I saw him play down in Alabama when things wasn't going his way. Alabama quarterbacks, and hell, any quarterback that's a winner, when the chips are on the line, they throw their team on their back and they go across that goal line. We saw that in Fernando Mendoza, and we've seen it years and years and years and years.
That's not fair, though.
I don't think Ty can do that, bro. I don't think he can.
But that's not fair comparing him to Mendoza. Indiana's football team was way better than Alabama's football team.
Oh, we know it?
That comparison isn't fair.
Well, the Big Ten times have changed. The Big Ten.
I mean, it's true. It's true.
Let's be clear.
I don't think that necessarily is fair there. Oh, David said we need to keep Patrick Queen and sign Mac Jones. We need to keep Patrick Queen and sign Mac Jones for what? Why do we need to keep Patrick Queen? I guess.
Oh, no.
Because I say hell no. Sign Mac Jones, I'm with. We'll get to that, but yeah, keep Patrick Queen. No way, no how. No way, no how.
I'm not taking Ty at 21, B. Let's just say that. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I'm not taking Ty at 1.
We don't have to necessarily take him at 21 because we don't need another baby hands on our hand.
Facts.
Reach for a quarterback. But Ty Simpson isn't horrible. I think he can play. Now, here's the guy, Garrett Nussmeier out of LSU.
Ding, 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 ding.
Gunslinger. McCarthy worked with his dad. So him and his dad are boys. Do the Steelers take him in the 4th round?
B, I think they take him in the 3rd.
We got all the 3rd-round picks.
I think they take him in the 3rd. Doug Nussmeier, for you guys that don't know, worked underneath McCarthy with the Green Bay staff for years. Matter of fact, McCarthy damn near takes Nussmeier, the kid that plays quarterback, as like his godson. They have a very close relationship. Very close. And he knows all the ins and outs. He knows how Nussmeier thinks. And listen, Nussmeier, this last year was supposed to be the number 1 overall pick. If he would have came out, he would have. Things fell apart at LSU because the roster, the head coach, and all whatever else. Nussmeier had a down year, but if you look overall, Nussmeier's career at LSU, oh yeah, he's that dude. So I'm telling you, don't be shocked Yenzies, don't get mad because they done brought in Nussmeier to complete with Will Howard, and Nussmeier beats him out. Don't be shocked, and don't be shocked if his daddy ends up back on the staff as a pass game consultant somewhere on the staff. Don't be shocked. I'm telling you, Nussmeier fits this one, B. He fits this one.
Danny J with Super Chat said no to Nussmeier. He says no.
I feel it. I understand it. They want, but Nussmeier's better than Will Howard. I mean, what are we talking about? And I'm a Buckeye. I'm a diehard Buckeye. I'm probably more of a diehard Buckeye than 95% of the people in the live chat. And I'm telling you, Nussmeier's better than Will Howard. He's a better freaking quarterback. He's a gunslinger. He can run. He's got mobility.
He's got a better arm than Will Howard.
Yes. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
There's no doubt about that. He's got a better arm than Will Howard does. There's no doubt about that. Much stronger arm than Will Howard. Accuracy, I don't know. And that matters. But as far as arm strength, I'm not sure that you can put the comparison together. Black Magic said he loses big games. I think that had more to do with the football team than just him.
The trash coach.
You are right. So Queen of Spades says we need a tall, big QB for our scheme. No, because Aaron Rodgers ain't big and tall. So I don't think you need that. Not for the scheme. I mean, it's okay to have one, but I don't think you're dependent on that for the scheme. So I just we'll see, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. The sleeper, in my opinion, is Trinidad Chambliss.
That's facts.
Trinidad Chambliss. Now it's going to depend again, as long as he's not 5'9", because I don't think. I mean, they say he's 6'1". He ain't 6'1". I think he's probably 5'10", 5'11", which okay, that can work. But I think he might be the guy. But there's so many people out there. I mean, first off, I know he's back. My problem with him is he's trying to stay in college. He's trying to battle to stay in college because he wants more money, because he knows that he's going to be probably a 4th, 5th round draft pick, and he could stay at Ole Miss and make more money. Well, if the NFL is calling, why don't you want to go? Now you're making it about money. I'm just not sure I want that guy to be my quarterback, G.
Yeah, everything you mentioned, I agree. I'll co-sign 150%. I don't think that the size is an issue because we know he's not 6'1". I think he's closer to 5'10", right? Yeah. But he's a dotter. Let's be clear. He can dot. He can throw that football. But I just don't think he's going to be able to lead the Steelers, man. I would take Nussmeier before I took him. I really would. From a quarterback development standpoint, I think that Nussmeier can actually develop into something. I really do believe it, man. I think he had horrible coaching at LSU. Brian Kelly is the worst college football coach in history. He screwed up 2 teams. He screwed up Notre Dame and LSU. He screwed them both up. He's the worst coach in history. And Nussmeier had to deal with that diabolicalness, man. I can't take it. I can't take it, B. I can't take it, man. I can't take it. Brian Kelly's trash.
Overboard with Brian Kelly talking about somebody's the worst in history. I'm not saying Brian Kelly was a good coach. I'm not saying that. But the worst in history, I mean, Notre Dame would tell you they've had 3 head coaches in the last 15 years that were worse than him.
That is true.
Here's a good comment by Drew Aller, 2nd or 3rd round. I don't know.
5th.
I don't dislike Drew Aller.
You
talk about somebody who had some bad coaching, Drew Aller.
Facts.
Some bad play calling, Drew Aller. That's somebody who suffered because of the coaching. You talk about can't win big games, James Franklin. My God. So
he's worse than Chip Kelly. He's worse. He's worse. I mean, they're not Brian Kelly. He's worse than Brian Kelly. He is. Yeah. And Drew Aller never had a number 1 wide receiver, B. Never. No. In all his years at Penn State, he never had a number 1. He had a good tight end, but he never had a number 1. Never.
No, you're right. So it just is what it is. Now, some of the free agents that are out there in the trade market, Malik Willis, is out there, ladies and gentlemen. He is available. Matt LaFleur turned him around. Turned him absolutely around. He looks good. He absolutely looks good, or he did look good. Again, it's a small sample size, but when he got in, played well. Is he the most valuable bridge quarterback in the league? To me, I think it's Mac Jones first, Malik Willis a close second as far as who could be and you could get Mac Jones. Like if we wanted to trade San Fran for Mac Jones, you could probably get him for a 5th or 6th round pick. You know, so maybe you do that. How do you feel about Malik Willis and Mac Jones, G?
I go Mac Jones 1, Malik Willis 2. And I wouldn't be mad at Danny Dimes either, B. I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at Danny Dimes.
I don't think he's going to get out of Indianapolis, though.
And I don't think he is either, but I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad. But I think if we're going to get a true bridge, because I don't think Mason Rudolph's going to get that opportunity, B. I don't think he's going to get that opportunity to be the guy, to be the bridge. I think they're either going to go young, either going to stick with Rodgers, go young. So yeah, but if we're going to go a true bridge means 2 years. I go Mac Jones, then Malik Willis. I think Mac Jones can hold the fort down for 2 years. For 2 seasons, I think he could do it.
Miss Christine just says Malik's probably going to Minnesota or Miami. Yeah, I heard that as well. That was the destination for him. So we'll see what happens. Isaiah, appreciate the super chat. He said, I heard we're interested in Klubnik. Don't like it. I hope not. I don't like Klubnik. I don't like Klubnik. No. Yeah, I don't like him. He's mobile, and I get it. I just don't like him. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he put anything on tape that screams NFL quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he did that at Clemson. I don't think he did that at all. As a possible backup, Marcus Mariota, he was pretty respectable in relief of Jaden Daniels. Now, I don't want that guy to necessarily be my starter. I don't even want to bring that guy in to compete for the job. The producer put Snoop Huntley on here. Do we need to get a new producer, G?
Hell yes.
What is going on?
he was backstage talking about, man, you bring in the opt. He's going to tell us all the secrets about what goes on with their team and all. I don't want no rat bird nowhere close to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm trying to get off Patrick Queen right now. I don't want no. Deshaun Elliott is the only rat bird that can stay. All the rest of them got to go. So you're going to bring in the opt quarterback. He might mess around and mess the game up for us and we lose to the Ratbirds because of his loyalty. Hell no, Snoop Huntley. Get him out of here. No. Yeah,
no. And again, we talked about him earlier. You could probably throw a bag of candy at the Colts and get Anthony Richardson. I'm going to say this loud and clear. No. It's just like all people were saying, let's go get Joe Milton. He can throw the ball 95 yards. I'm like, yes, he absolutely can. But ask Joe Milton to throw a 5-yard slant route accurately. Ask him to do that. And then when he can't do that, then that's why you know you don't want no damn Joe Milton. Anthony Richardson doesn't even know how to play the quarterback position. Like, and I don't think it's his fault. Not enough starts at Florida. He got drafted way too high. Not enough draft or plays. He's constantly hurt. That's another thing. You want to bring in a guy that's always hurt. Oh, by the way, remember this? Got tired and tapped out. No. Your quarterback tapped out? No. He got too tired. He had to come out of the game? Hell no.
None.
No. To None. Anthony Richardson.
Bro, I don't want no guy like that. I don't want a guy that's a super athlete that you think that he can play quarterback. Anthony Richardson can't throw the ball. He's not a dotter.
I would take Lamar. I would take Lamar Jackson.
Or Josh Allen. I would do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, having the super athlete, G. Hold on. Depending on who we're talking about, we're talking. Anthony Richardson.
You know what though, I wouldn't take Lamar. He's an op. I'm not taking him.
Here we go.
I don't want him. No.
Here we go.
We'd have to give up 4 draft picks.
Said, hey, give us a first-round pick for Lamar Jackson. You would say, nope. We don't need him.
The Ravens would be snorting cocaine if they
That's
said
not what I asked you, though. They might be doing that there. But I said if they said that, they get a new coach. Hey, Steelers, give us a first. We'll give you Lamar.
Oh,
You're
you okay?
saying no?
I would do it right now for one. Yeah, run
Okay,
it.
then. So you would take Lamar Jackson. You got to stop that.
Hesitantly, because he's an op. He's an op.
He can be that, but he would be a Steeler at that point.
Mm.
So, good question here. Iron Fist, in your opinion, Big B, is DK a true number one or a high-end number two? He's a high-end number two. And matter of fact, let's just get into this right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the producer question, Big G has gone absolutely berserk. Now, here's the thing. There's no doubt that I don't think that DK Metcalf is one of the top receivers in the National Football League. Or let me say this. I don't think he's necessarily a number one. I think he's a high-end number two. But are you trying to tell me that DK Metcalf is not a top 30 receiver in the National Football League? I was like, yeah, of course he is. He's probably top 20. Big G says he's not even top 30. Chat, I don't know what to do with myself because I can't believe somebody would say that out loud. You know what I want to say? We got to lock G up in a padded room and throw away the key. I'm not saying DK's great, but come on, man. What are we talking about? G, what?
He might be top 30, but he's down at the bottom. He like 27, 28, 29. He ain't nowhere. He can't sniff the top 20.
Yeah,
he can't stop that.
Yeah,
Stop that.
I said tell me that Cortland Sutton was better than him. I'm like,
he is.
No, he is.
Oh, okay, wait. So take Cortland Sutton off my list and insert Emeka Egbuka.
Okay.
There you go.
And
there's 20. There's 20. I gave you 20. I gave you 20, B. I gave you 20.
But just because you gave them to me don't mean that's legitimate. I mean, you can say whatever you want.
I wish we had time to go down the list. I wish we did. I wish to God we did.
Just because you said it doesn't make it true.
B, he's not
that don't make it true.
B's not. No, he's not. B,
and you also said he ain't top 30.
Okay,
he ain't top 30.
I'll say 27.
27.
I was like 27.
But see, and your argument's flawed, though, G, is because you said based on stats. You said, look at the stats. And I said, you know what? You're right. Look at George Pickens' stats in the same offense this past year and when a year before, and look at DK's this year. They are the same stats. George Pickens in a different offense looked pretty good, didn't he? But so you can't base it on stats. Hell, DK had better stats in 2024, and he was the second wide receiver in Seattle. So it has a lot to do with where you play, what the offense is. A lot to do with that.
But B, George Pickens, we've always said is a top 10 talent.
Pickens is okay.
He's a crash out.
But talent doesn't make you a top 10 receiver. We also said that.
But if we wouldn't have had, George Pickens didn't crash out this year in Dallas, and look what he did for production.
Yes, he did.
Oh, not that much. Not the true crasher that we saw in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And he was running with CeeDee Lamb, who's top 5.
That makes his job easier.
Of course, it does. That's why. But B, DK ain't George Pickens.
I didn't say that he was, but you tried to base it off of stats. And I say you can't base it off of stats in an Arthur Smith offense. You can't base stuff off of that. Because again, George Pickens had the same stats in that offense. The same stuff. You can't base it off of that.
Is he better than Drake London?
Base it off of other stuff.
Is he better than Drake London?
And they're about equal.
Oh. B. Is he better than Mike Evans?
At this stage in his career, yes. You
think no.
5 years ago.
Oh, no.
You barely saw Mike Evans play football this year.
He had some injuries, but he still was killing them.
No, he wasn't killing.
Oh, yes, he was.
No, he wasn't killing. He had one good game, G. You got to stop that, man. He had one good game.
Mike Evans better than DK, B.
No.
Mike
Evans was 5 years ago.
He was last year.
Okay, well, that ain't this year.
Come on, B. Come on, Tom. Come on, man. A
That
dead
ain't this
clock is
year.
right twice a day. A dead clock is right twice a day. He's not better. Mike Evans is better than DK Metcalf, man.
I don't believe
He's
it.
better than
I'm
him.
not going with it. DK
B,
cost us the playoff game. He's trash, said Queen of Spades. I don't
facts.
think DK cost us the game, and he's not trash.
He ain't
I don't
trash,
think he's
but he ain't
trash.
top 30. If he is, he's
Not
27.
top 30 is some of the most craziest thing that I think I've ever heard you say. I'll be honest with you.
27. He's
You
27.
said a lot of crazy stuff. But to say that DK Metcalf is not a top 30 receiver could be one of the craziest things that I at first you said that I thought you were joking.
No,
You're not joking.
no. He 27. He holding on. He's 27 with a down arrow. 27 with a down arrow. 27 with a down arrow, man. Matter of fact, B, I'm gonna be honest. I want the Steelers to get rid of him.
I mean, you can want that. That don't
I
have
want him to
anything
get out
to
of
do
here.
with where he stands in the league, though.
I need, and he can't run a route. And
Neither
he
can George
dropped.
Pickens.
Man, George Pickens looked good running routes over in Dallas.
He wasn't running no routes in Dallas. He was doing the same thing DK does.
I don't know. Oh Lord, he didn't put the damn the list up there, man. What in the hell? Oh my God! All right, B, we'll do the exercise, man. It'll go fast.
Okay.
I think we can agree. I think we can agree with the top 10 right off the bat. The top 10. All right, we're gonna go. Jamar Chase 1, Justin Jefferson 2, Jackson Smith and Juka 3, Puka Nacua 4, Ahmad St. Brown 5, CeeDee Lamb 6, Malik Neighbors 7, Nico 8, Garrett Wilson 9, AJ Brown 10. Any quarrels with that list?
Is that your order?
No, I'm just saying there's 10 guys. There's 10 guys.
Because I'm not sure. I mean, we talk about drops. How often does AJ Brown drop the football?
AJ Brown is way better than DK Metcalf.
Way better is again a stretch. I mean, I'll say that he's slightly better, but we talk about people dropping footballs. Did you watch the playoff game? Because if you did, how many drops did AJ Brown have?
Yeah. How many drops DK had this year? Especially in the playoffs.
A lot.
That's right.
He had one in the playoffs, but he had a lot this year.
Yeah.
A lot.
All right. So I'll repeat the 10 so we got them. Chase, Justin Jefferson, Jackson Smith and Juka, Puka Nacua at 4, St. Brown, Lamb. I said neighbor. He said neighbors. Nico, Puka. There's your top 10. Now, it could be in any order, but I'm saying there's your 10. There's your 10 dudes.
And I'll give you neighbors because of 1 year, but we didn't see him the second year.
Okay. All right, second 10. Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, Lad McConkey.
I'm not giving you Lad McConkey.
Oh, B, he's a dog.
I don't care. He can be what a German Shepherd if you want. I'm not giving you Lad McConkey.
Oh my!
Just because the guy's a good route runner, I'm not giving you Lad McConkey better than DK Metcalf. I'm not doing that. Stop it.
Okay, well I'll take him off. George Pickens. There you go.
Okay.
All right, throw Pickens up there. The Pickens. Terry McLaurin.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Devontae Smith. Brian Thomas.
From Jacksonville, no way.
Oh, Brian Thomas is a beast, man.
Was he a beast this year, G?
He's better than DK.
That wasn't my question. Was he a beast this year? The answer is no. He is not better than DK. He had a good year. And it's ironic. They traded for Jacoby Myers, and Jacoby Myers was a better receiver than him when he got there. No.
B,
No, no, no,
you're being critical, B. I mean,
no.
he's better than
I'm just
DK.
telling you the truth.
But Lad McConkey and Jacoby Myers are above DK Metcalf.
No, they're not.
Oh, he put
No, they're
Jacoby
not.
Myers on the list. Jacoby Myers, hell no. Get Jacoby Myers out of
I'm
here.
not giving you either one of them. Not either one of them.
B, you tripping. Lad McConkey top 20.
No.
Yes,
Somebody
yes.
said Rasheed Rice.
No. I ain't Drake London. Throw his name up there. Drake London ain't better than DK Metcalf.
Not giving it to you.
B,
I'll give you Chris Olave.
Okay, put Chris Olave somewhere. Put him at 10. I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
Drake London
Chris
up there.
Olave should be higher, but I'll give that to you.
Don't put Drake London need to be up there. Emeka Buka. I mean, let's be clear. Emeka Buka is better than DK Metcalf.
How?
Oh my.
Because you went to Ohio State?
No, he's better than him.
Okay.
He's better.
And I just said how, and you just said because he's better.
Look at the tape so we're going off of what he put on tape this year.
63 catches for 938 yards.
What Mike Evans and Chris Godwin played over there?
No, Mike Evans was hurt and didn't play for 11 games, and neither did Chris Godwin. He was the number one receiver in Tampa.
You realize Emeka Buka is about to win the Rookie of the Year, right? You realize that, right?
That's not what we are talking about, G.
He
was better because of who he had playing with him. Well, I just proved to you that Chris Godwin and Mike Evans didn't play, and he was the number one guy, and he had Baker Mayfield throwing him the football. They throw it all the time.
Well, DK Metcalf had Aaron Rodgers throwing him the football.
No, and who's better?
Emeka Buka.
No.
Oh, yes, he is. Live chat,
no, he ain't. Just because he went to Ohio State, that don't make him better. So I ain't giving it to you.
T. Higgins, throw him up there. He better than him.
T. Higgins up there. MVS?
No, hell no. Why is the producer playing around and putting MVS?
And Rome Odunze is not better than him either.
No, Rome's not. DJ Moore better than him.
No, he's not. The Bears are about to trade DJ Moore. Jesus. No,
because Luther Burden came out of the woodwork.
Okay. Whatever. They're about ready to get rid of DJ Moore.
Sutton better than him, too.
And Cortland Sutton is not better than him.
Yes, he is.
No, he isn't. No,
Sutton better than him.
No, he isn't.
I can't believe you.
First of all, if we're struggling at 20, there ain't no damn way there's 30.
I'm not. You at Lad McConkey. You killed Lad McConkey. I can't believe you killed him.
Because you're wrong.
Lad McConkey? Lad McConkey's a monster. Lad McConkey's a monster. Come on now, B. Come on, man. He put Travis Hunter up there. Hell no.
Travis Hunter.
Hey, B. Is Zay Flowers better than DK?
Now, he drops the ball more and he's a fumbler, so no.
Oh.
He runs better routes. I'll give you that.
Hey.
But, we talk about drops. He drops the ball just as much, if not more, and he fumbles.
Is Jalen Waddle better than DK?
He's good he wasn't very good without Tyreek Hill playing next to him.
Oh, B, come on, man. Come on, B. I'm giving you dudes that I know's better.
But I'm giving you asked, was somebody better? And I said, without Tyreek Hill playing next to him, how good was he?
Is Jameson Williams better than DK Metcalf?
No. You talk about guys that can't run routes.
Yeah, he can't. He runs all goals. He's running all goals.
Claude Bishop, Big B, did you ever consider drug testing G? I should.
No.
I should.
No.
I should.
No. He's somewhere. He's in the bottom 20s. He's
the
DK in the bottom 20s.
Conducive to DK skill set. McCarthy will unlock DK with a better offensive scheme, better receiver personnel.
We'll see.
I agree.
To be continued.
Okay. We can talk about it later.
Mm-hmm.
I think G's crazy, chat. I think G's crazy.
B, Drake London is better than DKB. I'm just saying he's better than him. He's better than him. He says sponsored by what? Sponsored by the what? By Thunderbird. The diabolical list is sponsored by Thunderbird. Oh my God. Hell, somebody said Marvin Harrison Jr. Hell no.
Oh my God.
Hell no. Marvin Harrison Jr. ain't better than DK. Hell no. Don't. And I'm a Buckeye.
Oh man. Crazy. Let's get to the producer question because that was wild. G, yeah, I got drug test G chat. Somebody said that the chat needs to be drug tested. Now that, yeah, if we drug test the chat, we won't even have a chat.
The chat was riding with me, B. The chat was riding with me.
Yeah, they need to be drug tested.
No.
They need to be drug tested. No. Every single one of them. Every single one of them need to be drug tested.
Wow.
Question here. Went off. Coach McCarthy was surprisingly high on Will Howard's championship pedigree today. Which QB room configuration gives you the most confidence that the Steelers actually have a plan for the next decade? Is it A, Rodgers starts, Will Howard learns? B, draft a QB early and let him compete with Will Howard day one? C, sign a vet and punt to 2027? Or D, develop Howard to start and spend the first round pick on a wide receiver?
Oh. B, this is tough. Because it's what I think they're going to do versus what I want them to do. What I think they're going to do is A, but that's not what I want them to do. What I want them to do is either C or D. That's what I want them to do. And we got to agree. But I think they're going to do A. But what I want them to do is C or D. Your thoughts, man. What you thinking?
The problem is I don't want them to draft a quarterback early. Mm-hmm. And when I say early, like in the first two or three rounds, I don't want them to do that. Steelers have more holes than that. Mm-hmm. I would say C, sign a vet, punt to 2027, let the vet compete with Howard and go from there. Mm-hmm. But I damn sure don't say – I see too many people saying D in here. No. You let Howard – no. I mean – I'm not giving the starting job to a 6th-round pick. I'm not doing that. At any position. I'm not just saying, here you go, here's the starting job. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
And I'm a Buckeye till I die, but I'm not handing Will Howard the job. Now, if he earns it, B, okay, cool. I'm not tripping. If he earns it and he becomes the quarterback with healthy competition, okay, I'm with it. I'm not tripping at all because I think he has an opportunity to earn it. But to just hand him the job, no, we can't do that, dog. No. There's no way we can do that.
When Yinzer Wojo says D gets us a top 10 pick in 2027. So basically you're saying if Will Howard plays that we're going to suck and that's going to get us a top 10 pick in 2027. Well, if that's the logic, then okay, if that's what you want, I mean, because I guess then that means that he sucks, that we're willing to say that he's no good.
Right.
But I don't think there's enough people that are willing to say that.
Right. Because they're all sold on Will Howard. But B, I've been saying either Will Howard's going to become the franchise or he's going to bring us the franchise. If you run him out there in 2026 and he's horrible, we're going to suck. We're going to have a top 10 pick. We're going to get the franchise quarterback the next year. Without competition. If you run Will Howard out there without competition and you say he's the starter in 2026, more than likely we're going to suck. And if we suck, we're going to get a top 10 pick. Or he's going to become the franchise. Because if he wins as a starter, if he wins between 9 and 11 games, you're not going to unseat this kid. It's going to depend on how he looks, but it's going to be hard to take him out of that quarterback room. So either he's going to become the franchise or he's going to bring us the franchise quarterback. That's to me, that's the logic. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's my logic. That's what I'm thinking.
Gotcha. B. Wayne said the chat will pass a drug test. He don't know about a field sobriety. Queen says need a decent wide receiver one, which I get that. I totally get that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
So, which one you leaning towards?
I still say C.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at with it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, whoever that is, because somebody said, well, what vet? There's anybody out there. And again, a vet doesn't have to be a guy that's been in the league 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It could be anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just not. I'm not just going to hand over the job. And if that's the case and we can't get somebody, then let Mason Rudolph compete with him. He's a vet. And if he beats him out, then Will Howard ain't no good because we seen Mason Rudolph play.
Yeah.
Just somebody said baby hands. Bring baby hands back.
No. No. Why? Oh, God. No. Y'all going to make my blood pressure go up. Stop that.
No baby hands. Claude said wide receiver in the first and 2 in the third. I'm with you.
I ain't mad at that, Claude.
Yeah, I am absolutely with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with C, G.
I'm going to ride with you. I'm going to ride with you. But that ain't what they're going to do. But I'm going to ride with you.
No, they're definitely not going to do that.
They're going to do
that.
They're going to do
I think they're going to get Aaron Rodgers back too.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to come back earlier than later, though. That's what I think. I think he comes back earlier than later.
We sure want that to happen, B. But you know how the prima donna is. My quarterback is with his prima donna self. He's trying to be in California to June. He ain't trying to come no parts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to June. OTAs, bro. He's trying to show up, man. OTAs.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Mm-hmm.
Especially we got a brand new wide receiver room and everybody get on the same page. You can't just do that, in mini camp and a weekend in California. You can't do that. Out there drinking and eating mushrooms. That don't work.
I mean, he gonna bring him to spend the night. He gonna have a slumber party.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a slumber party, spend a night party, man, in California, man. Everybody come on out for a weekend, and I'm gonna figure out who my wide receivers are, and then I'll sign. No. He needs to be there now. I mean, I'll give him to like right before the draft. He needs to be there. Right by the draft,
he needs to before that, G, because free agency is coming up. The Steelers got to know what to do.
Yeah,
you got to do it before that. They got to know.
What
I would say though, if the Steelers don't do anything in free agency, it's because they think that Aaron Rodgers is coming back, and maybe he's told them that I'm coming back, and we don't do anything. I think we're gonna know here in the next couple of weeks.
I hope to God. I want to know I want to know no later than March 1.
Yeah.
March 1, I got to know. By March 1, I got to know. So if not.
Queen of Spades says Rodgers is smart, but his body isn't up to it.
Facts.
May not be.
Facts.
May not be. And then Michael said if Rodgers comes back, the draft is wide receiver heavy. But the problem is Rodgers don't really like rookie wide receivers.
He hates them. He can't stand Roman Wilson. Why do you think Roman didn't get no helmet? It was Tomlin, but Rodgers had something to do with it. Rodgers threw him under the bus as soon as Adam Thielen and MVS talking about we had some great practices and blah, 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 blah. He threw Roman Wilson under the bus. And he can't stand Calvin Austin either. He always whining and crying and complaining. Look at the route he ran. Come on, man. We know what Rodgers is. That's why I told B, Alan Lazard is going to be a Steeler next year. I told B he's going to be a Steeler. Alan Lazard, on deck, baby. On deck. He's going to be a Steeler.
All right, everybody. We appreciate you guys being in here and showing up with us tonight, man. Thank you for dropping by and being with us on the big show. Remember, Friday, Draft Lab. We had week 1, our mock draft. We'll be doing a deeper dive into the draft. Big G running the show, so make sure you guys show up on Friday. Again, memberships are also available. It's a new era badge for members, so make sure that you guys sign up, all different levels, if you want to help support the channel that way. Big G, tell everybody where they can find you and kind of give us your final thoughts on what happened today.
Well, I mean, our final thoughts is that we hired another version of Mike Tomlin. He can win. He struggles a little bit in the playoffs. We'll see. I mean, I don't necessarily like the hire, but I'm not going to bash him, right? I'm not going to say he's just the worst coach that we ever could have hired. No, because I understand who's the real person, who's the real culprit. It's Arthur Smith. Art Rooney. I said Arthur Smith. You know he's on my brain. So Art Rooney's the real culprit behind this. Art Rooney wanted to stabilize everything. He wanted to run it back. He wanted to keep everything. So for what Art Rooney wanted, that's what we got. That's what we got. So, and it's time to move on. Like complaining about he's the coach and all this, that, and this, it's not going to do any good anymore for anybody. We have to move. If you're a Steeler fan, because you know, I'm going to burn my jerseys. I'm going to throw stuff in the garbage. I'm going to do this. And you ain't going to do nothing. No. And if you do, go get some Almighty's gear while you're playing around. But I hope to God you don't throw your jerseys away and all whatever else. So let's move on with him being our coach. That's my final thoughts. Now, where you can find me every week over here with the Big Show, Big B, every Tuesday, live every Tuesday. You can find me every Friday on the Draft Lab with Big B. And you can also find me on the Know It Alls podcast. I put up a piece today and keep it at 100. I called our head coach, Mike Wazowski, like from Monsters Incorporated. Mike Wazowski is our coach, man. So I talked about the diabolical Mike Wazowski today on Keep It at 100. You can find any other content on the Know It Alls podcast. I'm heavy Steelers over there. It's capital KNOITALZ. And we thank all you guys for rocking with us on both Steelers Almighty, the fastest growing Steelers podcast channel in the land, and my Know It Alls podcast, man. We appreciate all you guys.
Absolutely. So appreciate everybody being in here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you for showing up and showing out the way that you guys do. Until next time, aloha.